you wake up, and before you've even looked your child in the eyes, before you've said good morning to yourself, you're already in someone else's life. Scrolling, comparing, distracting. This is how your day begins, and every day, it's the same. Hoping something magically changes, hoping the world turns its face toward you, that someone notices, that it just works out. But you don't notice what's happening. You're living as if you have infinite chances, as if you've got 100 years ahead. Work, home, news, fatigue, sleep, loop, repeat. You tell yourself, it's just a phase, it'll get better, later. But maybe. You're missing the real point. You're on pause, paused by the system, by fear, by habits you didn't choose. This isn't life, it's a simulation. And every time you live by the same script, you send a message into the quantum field. I'm fine with this. And the field, like a perfect waiter, brings exactly what you ordered. You didn't choose that job. You just stayed in it. You didn't choose those people. They were just there. You didn't choose those beliefs. They were handed to you. You never stopped and asked, who am I without all of this? That's when the game begins. And you're not alone. Thousands are waking up from a life they never truly chose. Let's be honest. School, college, career, that was childhood, not your decision. It was suggested, imposed. You didn't know yourself yet. But now, you're grown. So let's ask it differently. Do you actually work where your soul wanted to go? Did you dream of waking up at 6:30 a.m. to go to a job that drains you? Did your resume go where your heart pointed? Or just where there was a vacancy? Most of us didn't follow our dreams. We followed fear. Because fear screams louder. Because bills exist. Because I need to survive. But inside you, you don't want to survive. You want to live. This whole system runs on fear, on self-doubt, on the silent agreement to settle just for now. But just for now becomes years, and nothing changes. If people didn't accept these terms, they wouldn't exist. But we rarely apply for the life we want. We don't even ask ourselves, where do I really want to be? So ask it now. Where would you be if you weren't afraid? What would you do if you fully believed in yourself? Who would you become if you chose to live instead of survive? Let's be real. If you wake up every day thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same feelings, you're not just repeating a day. You're coding your past into your future. Emotions aren't intuition. They're chemical echoes of old pain. You think you're reacting to the world, but really you're replaying the past. You call it life, but it's a loop. And every time you feel anger, shame, anxiety, you feed that past. You broadcast the old program. You tell the quantum field, I'm still that version of me. And it responds, okay, here's more of that. The field is not an idea. It's your reality. You're connected every second. You're not just a body. You're a transmitter, a receiver, a living signal. Every thought, a frequency. Every feeling, a vibration. Together, they shape the field you walk in. So your life repeats, not because you're cursed, but because your frequency hasn't changed. Same thoughts, same feelings, same results. Until you shift your inner world, your outer world will stay the same. If you broadcast fear, the world will feel threatening. If you hold on to resentment, and you'll keep meeting mirrors. If you see yourself as a victim, life will validate that identity. And here's the truth. Life responds. It's not personal, it's precise. You want a different reality? Don't look outward. Don't beg the sky. Don't wait for a savior. Become it. Start with your energy. Start inside, and everything outside will follow. You can't rewrite the past, you can't control the future, but you can feel now. Right now, you're watching this, you're breathing, you're alive, and right now that you have access to everything. Most people wait. After vacation, after Monday, after the money, after the divorce. But after is an illusion. Tomorrow is just a concept. And while you're waiting, you're missing the portal. Now is the only entry. It's open for one moment, and then it closes. You either enter, or you repeat. When you choose to feel differently now, not because of anything, but because you decided to, you hijack the code. You become the author. Calm, because you chose it. Worthy, because you declared it. Loved, because you felt it. Not given by circumstances, but created by presence. If you're in stillness, in clarity, in power, you're already on a new timeline. The field is shifting around you, slowly, but surely. You want a new life? Make it the frequency of this moment. Live it now, not in your mind, in your body, in sensation, and the field will follow. It always does, but only on the frequency you send. Remember when you were a kid and someone told you, "Don't think about a white bear." And what's the first thing you imagined? Exactly, the white bear. That simple example is the perfect reflection of how our mind and the quantum field actually work. Whatever you focus on grows. Any thought, especially one loaded with emotion, starts expanding inside you and outside you. Same with people, with problems, with everything. You tell yourself, "I don't want to think about this." But that's exactly what you focus on. That knot in your chest, the anxiety, the sleepless nights and looping inner monologue, that's not from the problem itself. It's from the state you're stuck in. What you need isn't a solution. What you need is a shift. Not an escape from reality, but a change in focus. So ask yourself, not tomorrow, not later, right now, what would I feel if this problem didn't exist? What would your internal state be without the noise, without the fear, without anyone else's voice? Just you, in silence, in full acceptance. That's the shift. That's the entry point into the quantum flow. That's where it all begins. And it's not enough to just imagine feeling good once. You have to anchor that state. Hold it. Live in it. Nurture it, like a flame, until it becomes your light. Until you stop looking for the way out, because you become the way out. This is how you step into a new reality, not through struggle, not through tears, but by tuning your frequency. Your life doesn't reflect what you want. It reflects what you've become. You say you want love, but if inside you hold tension, resentment, or fear, the field responds to that. You say you want money, but if you carry guilt, shame, or unworthiness, the field picks that up instead. It doesn't hear your words. It feels your signal. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. That's not philosophy. That's physics. Quantum physics. Energy follows focus. Every thought is an electromagnetic pulse. Every emotion is a frequency. You're literally programming the field with yourself, with your reactions, with your thoughts before sleep, with how you act when no one's watching. The universe is like a waiter. Place your order, and your world starts to shift. True manifestation comes from overflow. When you already feel, it's mine, not as a dream, not as a goal, but as a natural extension of who you already are. That's why they say, be first, then do, then have. Be the version of you that is already loved, already free, already thriving. Feel it in your body. Anchor the vibration. Hold it. And the world will shift. It has to. It's the law of the field. You can't trick quantum reality. You can't visualize happiness while holding pain. You can't ask for peace if you're still at war inside. Whatever you emit, returns. No morality, no justice, just energy and feedback. And when you stop playing a role, stop pretending, stop justifying. When you finally get honest with yourself, you stop asking. You start being. Not when it happens, not when they approve, but now, even if no one sees it yet, even if the world hasn't mirrored it back. You know, and that's enough. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, for feeling, for growing with me. Even if you feel alone, you're not. You're part of this shift. And nothing is by accident. Thanks for your comments, your energy, your support. Thanks for choosing awareness. Place the right order and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay awake.